Speaking of release dates, while Gambit struggles to get to the starting gate, Fox is moving forward on their Alien and Predator films. Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant will now debut on August 4th, 2017, going up against Pitch Perfect 3 in theaters. The Predator, the highly anticipated movie with a script by Shane Black and Monster Squad director Fred Decker, will arrive in theaters on March 2nd, 2018. Christian, thoughts on Alien and the Predator's new release dates?
Well, we're talking about Gambit here.
Was that?
What happened to Gambit?
Well, sometimes it happens where we're going to skip ahead a news story because Ashley can't wait to talk Alien and Predator. Before we get to those release dates, we're going to tell you guys that there is some sad world if you're a huge fan of Gambit, that there's not actually a release date for him
Ron Burgundy?
anymore. Is that right, Ashley? You stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah, well, go on and talk about Gambit.
Huh? No, you can give the read. I mean,
okay, well,
but you have
I
to do it
don't
in a
really
French
have
accent.
it in here. Oh, Dennis, what do you think about Gambit losing its release date? I don't know how my notes are like this, okay, guys?
So anyways, if you guys don't know, Fox released a schedule for this year, and Gambit is missing on that release schedule.
So is Ashley's email.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What they did announce that there's 2 Marvel movies that they have. They haven't said which ones they are, but they have October 6th, 2017 as a release date, and January 12th, 2018. So we'll speculate about those. In terms of Gambit, not surprised at all. We've been talking about this for a long time. We're like, how are they going to get... This is a big budget movie. This isn't an indie drama where they can just kind of knock it out, like shoot it, edit it, and have it come out. If they wanted to release it in like October, November of this year, they had to start shooting yesterday, last month or whatever, because there's so much visual effects that needs to be done for these movies that there's no way that they would have gotten it done in time. And so it's not a big surprise at all. As far as those other 2 dates, we're thinking probably X-Force, and then maybe another X-Men movie, something like that. Christian?
Yeah, or maybe even something with Deadpool, right?
Yeah, I think it's Deadpool. We know Deadpool 2 is already coming out.
It took the Fantastic Four 2 release late.
Yeah, so I agree. I think that it's going to be a new X-Men film, and it'll also be X-Force for sure. And this is the Deadpool effect. I mean, this is Fox being smart, I hope, and saying, look, this is what we did. We're able to do here with $40-60 million here. Why are we spending, including marketing, over $200 million on Gambit, which is not as much of a beloved property as Deadpool was, and we did that for far less. So let's kick back. Let's make sure that we don't go forward with this, because that will be a major loss in money. And I think it was smart. I think it was the fact that they came together and go, look, if we lose this movie right now, we can afford to lose this movie because we have the X-Men. We have now a Deadpool kind of shared universe if we need to do it as well too. And we have enough properties here that we don't need Gambit. They needed Gambit beforehand. They needed it because Deadpool wasn't proven. They didn't know what it was going to do. So they had Channing Tatum, and they said, okay, big movie star. Now they're going, let's not waste this money that we just made on Deadpool. So I think it's a really smart move. I think that if they do Gambit, they'll do it they're going to cut budget on it, and we'll see it in like a couple of years.
And then he's going to swear. There's going to be all this sex, violence, rated R, break the fourth wall.
I could not agree with you guys more. I mean, I think Fox just saved themselves $100 million because we were making fun of how much Gods of Egypt cost. Gambit was supposed to cost more than that before all the marketing stuff. And then when you see a movie like Deadpool, Christian, you're right. It was made on the cheap, and it was done so well, and the effects looked so good that it just, you have to sit back and say, wait, why are we doing this? We know we got Channing Tatum, we know we got Doug Liman, but we don't need to be spending this much money to make this movie, particularly when now we have all these other projects that fans clearly want to see. I also can't help but think part of this was, look, the reaction to Gambit getting cast. Channing Tatum, people love Channing Tatum. They're like, okay, that guy's playing Gambit? Okay. The name Doug Liman, yeah, he makes great movies, but it didn't have that excitement that Deadpool had. As soon as it was announced that movie was going to be rated R, people went crazy. Gambit, it seems like they were still a little more lukewarm on that movie coming out at all. I think it would have been terrific. I think it will be terrific whenever it comes out, but they're clearly putting their priorities behind X-Force and Deadpool and X-Men versus any other standalone movie.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I thought them picking Channing Tatum to play Gambit, setting it in New Orleans, great idea. When I heard the $150 million price tag, I was like, what? What are you talking about? What kind of expensive space bar are you shooting this in? I mean, $150
We're gonna
million.
shoot it on the moon.
I know, they better be going to some different dimensions with Mojo and MODOK hanging out together. It's like, I just don't understand like how they could spend that much money, especially with tax breaks that they're getting. So whatever, it just seemed exorbitant. You see a movie like Deadpool, it doesn't look like a cheap film. Everyone keeps saying, oh, it only cost $40-50 million. That's true, but it does not show on screen.
Right.
It feels like a real film. They didn't cut corners anywhere really, except for like there's only 2 X-Men in it. You're like, hey, you couldn't afford more X-Men, and they make that a joke. So I think them pulling out of actually making Gambit makes sense. I know he's crying Pepto-Bismol tears, but I think it makes sense in the long run. I think.
I wonder if because I've been bringing up why the Point Break remake was as much as it was, and I think one of the reasons why is because they went to so many different locations. I wonder if that was in the budget. That maybe they were putting a lot of locations in there, as well as putting high-price talent in there as well too. That's why I just think they're gonna look and go, okay, cut that. If we can do, I think that they should shoot for doing a 40 to 60 million Gambit movie. Just tell if Tatum really wants to do it, say, look, dude, either cut back on to do the same thing that Reynolds did, take some some points in the movie, and let's cut back on some stuff because there's no reason. Looking at the comments, I don't care about Gambit. No one was saying that about Deadpool. Right. Deadpool, we need a Deadpool movie. That's not the same. It's not the same kind of hype. You've got to prove that Gambit is going to bring in audiences, and you have to do that with a smaller budget.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.